for murder.
Hello, Sydney.
The original terrifying story of a maniac and a man who lived after death, lived on human blood.
Welcome back to Gruesome Tuesdays live with me, Alec, on the Ectoviolence channel. As you may have noticed, I did a little bit of rearranging in the studio. I think it looks nice. I can do a bunch of different style of videos or settings this way. Thoughts? Anyway, I did just recently hit 4,000 subscribers, so if you're a recent subscriber, thank you. If you've been here for the long haul, also thank you. Today I just wanted to kind of give a channel update, do a Q&A if there's anybody who feels like asking any questions. So far there's no one in the chat, but you never know. Some of my streams, they either get a lot of views or like no viewers, so we'll see. We'll keep it open. I got a couple other things to talk about if nobody's in the chat, so. But first, we'll start out with this channel update and this 4,000 subscribers thing. So, a little bit of background for those that don't know. I started this channel in 2022, but I was only uploading shorts then. So it doesn't count in terms of what the channel really is now. I started a podcast with my brother during the pandemic. It was called Frog Brothers Podcast. We eventually rebranded to Strange Glow Video, but we uploaded so many different things on our channel: toy reviews, props, Ghostbusters prop videos, interviews, podcasts. Like, it just didn't hit, and that channel is still at like 1,100 subscribers. So we actually just moved that podcast live to this channel. So Strange Glow Video is now on Mondays here, which is cool since I've been doing that for so long. But I started doing this one. Hello, Sailor Mercury. Thank you for the congrats. Ben Gammon, welcome. Ben, I think, has been a subscriber for a few months now, at least. I see him comment on a lot of stuff around. So thank you, Ben. What was I saying? Anyway, so I started this channel, kind of just re-uploading my own TikToks. And it was basically just shorts for a while, a long time. I gained about 1,000 subscribers off just shorts. One of them in particular still has like over 500,000 views. It's talking about the Fast Times at Ridgemont High reference in Stranger Things Season 3, where they're talking about Fast Times are paused at 53 minutes, 5 seconds or something, I think it is. And I was like, this has about as many channels as my podcast already. Maybe if I upload actual content on here, I could do something. And I started slowly uploading some videos in, 2022? 2023? I did 2022. I started this thing called Fright Club that was kind of inspired by Dinosaur Dracula's Halloween Countdown. So I'm sure there's plenty of you who know Dinosaur Dracula. Love that guy. But anyway, eventually I started doing some videos, like reviewed a Beetlejuice broadcast tape that was like broadcast from Halloween in the 90s, so it had a bunch of commercials and stuff, and I was like, actually, I'd really like to just review VHS tapes. Say hello to Yoshi's Booty. You want to see my lap? And, I started last year with that 1,000 subscribers, and I started, all right, I'm actually going to make this channel a thing. And there were some months where I uploaded 20 long-form videos, and some of them were as short as like 2 minutes long, but I aim for a lot longer videos these days, just depending on the subject matter and what I have to say. But when I started out, I was like, without other people here, I don't know how to bounce ideas off, because I'm used to a podcast format where we just chat for an hour about a movie. So there was a learning curve there for sure for a bit. Thank you, pancake batter. He wants smooches. Yeah, then the channel just sort of progressed. I was doing rankings, VHS reviews. Ones that kind of got me a lot of subscribers were doing comparison videos. I was talking about Brandon Lee's death in The Crow got me a lot of views and subscribers. Earlier on anyway. Final Destination 3, Choose Their Fate is actually the video that's been blowing up recently. It's my most viewed video on the channel, long form now. This month I started May with, I think, 3,400 something subscribers. And I think today we're at 4,062, so let's keep it going. Eventually that video is going to peter out as Final Destination becomes a little less relevant, but we will see what happens. I've got plenty of other ones coming up too. I'm working on tonight. I'm going to be filming a couple in here after this. I've got a bunch of DVDs I'm getting rid of, so I'm going to be filming a kind of a calling the collection video. I don't know what I'm going to call that yet, but slimming the collection. Something like that. And then I'm going to be talking about the Rocky Horror special features on the DVD because it's actually the Blu-ray, the 35th anniversary Blu-ray, which there's a 50th anniversary 4K coming out this year, and I'm stoked for that. I love that movie. Ben Gammon, did you see Clown in a Cornfield? I did not, as a matter of fact. There were actually quite a few movies I missed for a few months there. I didn't mean to, but I got a different full-time, like, real-world job, and it was kind of screwing me over. I missed Death of a Unicorn. I missed that Finn Wolfhard movie that he directed. What was that, Hell of a Summer? There was at least one or two others, and I just missed Mission Impossible, which I feel like would be great in the theater, so it'll probably be in there for a while. I might try to binge all those movies and see that. It wasn't anything I was in a rush to do for the channel, though, so. But Clown in a Cornfield, my girlfriend read. I think she has a copy of it. She didn't know it was even coming out till like a month or two ago. Just the marketing wasn't that crazy for it. I didn't realize it was coming out already either, like, until the week of. I was like, oh, I'm finally seeing some stuff again, and I might get around to it. We'll see. I didn't watch the new Fear Street either. I've been hearing lots of interesting things about that. Christian from CHH had probably the most agreeable take, I would think. A lot of people were trashing it, but I was just like, I don't know. The other ones are fine. They're decent enough. Although I haven't watched them since, so maybe they're not, like, great. I still feel inclined to defend them. I don't know why. Maybe just because I like the books and stuff. I got a couple of them right here on the shelf, as a matter of fact. Let's get a good close-up of that. These books are beautiful. I pulled this one out every Christmas for at least photos and decoration, because also beautiful. I don't have a ton of these ones. I think I have one more floating around here somewhere, but they are pretty slick. I'm a big fan of those. Actually, I was mentioning my podcast before. I did recently upload, if you haven't seen it, an interview I did with my brother, with the cast of The Lost Boys, or at least part of the cast. We did. Jason Patrick was there, Jameson Newlander, Billy Worth, and G. Tom Mack, who's not a cast member, but he did the soundtrack, or Cry Little Sister, anyway. The reason I was going to bring that up, though, is because we actually interviewed Tim Jacobus, who did, like, if I pull out a random Goosebumps, he probably did the artwork for it, you know what I mean? Let me see, did he get a credit in here? I don't even know if he's credited in some of these. Either way, he did a lot of the most iconic ones, like when you think of a Goosebumps cover. There's like a couple he didn't do. But I have an interview with him. I'm probably going to upload to this channel just because that channel's dead. And one with Greg Sestero from The Room. Very interesting. It's a phone call interview, and we had to repeat it because for some reason it didn't record the night before. It was a big bummer. But as far as channel update goes, that was more of like a channel history, I guess. We're at 4,000 now. We'll see where the end of the year will take us, but I'm not slowing down. I got lots of interesting stuff. There's a convention here next month I'm going to take some footage of while I'm there, you know, see who I meet. Warwick Davis is going to be there, David Howard Thornton. The Goot is going to be there, Steve Gutenberg. I might have him sign my Cocoon VHS. I have Police Academy or Cocoon, but I'm sure he signs more like Police Academy stuff than Cocoon, right? So I don't know, I'd be like, oh, I loved you in the LA fires when you were like moving cars and the reporter didn't recognize you. That was bullshit. They should have recognized you. You're the Goot. So that's that. And then there's the Myers House, North Carolina. North Carolina, is that where it's at? The Myers House, NC. They are doing a, well, they're helping organize an event here at a, I don't know what it is now, but it was the military school in Child's Play 3. It's about 2 hours east of me here. So we're going to drive out there in, I think, July and see all the filming locations, and they're going to do a screening of the movie and stuff. So that'll be fun. I'll probably do a little bit of coverage on that just because I like getting out there and doing fun stuff like that. The rest of the year, I'm going to be covering quite a few new movies. I'm going to be diving deep into the best videos on my channel and what people are watching the most and trying to give you guys more of that. Let me see here. Cocoon is hard to find reasonably much anymore. Is that on like VHS or DVD? I found the DVD ironically like thrifting. And strange enough, I'm going to go through my new arrivals here in just a second. Like new VHS and DVD for the month. I'm going to start doing that on Gruesome Tuesdays, I think, so I don't have like a month worth of this shit piling up that I have to like collect in one corner so I don't lose track of it. But there's something interesting in there. Sam Cooper, anyway, thanks for joining the chat. Recognize your name as well. You also comment on a lot. We've interacted quite a few times. Nice to see you. Nick B., you ever seen a 1984 movie called Mutant with Wings Hauser? No, but that sounds fucking crazy. Mutant with Wings. It's coming up as Mutant. That must be like the American title or something, huh? That looks fucking crazy, though. I like the graphics and the images of what I'm seeing. Yeah, Sam, I'd recommend trying more places like, if you have them around you, like Vintage Stock or Half Price Books that have a lot of that stuff. It sucks when you have to... I like finding stuff in the wild, too. I don't like ordering online, but sometimes I'm like, I've been looking for this for years. I'm just going to order it. I'm sick of it. Let's take a look here at this the new arrivals, though. Let's get into that. We'll start with the VHS and work our way up. First up, I've got a double pack. Bruce Lee, Fists of Fury and the Chinese Connection. Now, I know the Chinese Connection is Very popular. I've actually never seen it. I've only seen like fucking maybe 2 Bruce Lee movies. Enter the Dragon, which I absolutely loved. And I was like, all right, I'll give these a shot. I paid $1 for both of these tapes, so I was like, sick. They're both actually in there, good condition. I'll give them a shot sometime. I like old kung fu movies and stuff, and I really liked Jackie Chan growing up, so I feel like I'd probably like some of those movies. Speaking of Cocoon, I found... Now, don't mind the selection version. I don't like that it's that, but hey. Still, it's Cocoon The Return. And I've never seen this one. I've actually only seen the first one, surprisingly. So, this will be a first-time watch for me. I have the first on VHS and DVD, so I've got to check it out. I don't know if I like it as much as the first, but we'll see. We'll see. Completing... Actually, shit, do I have... No, I do. There's this, there's that. Okay, Is there a third movie? I'm sorry, you guys are like, what the hell is he doing? Is he stuttering? Is his brain dying? I picked up Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Now, I also have Tu Wong Fu. Is there a third, like, mid-90s drag movie that I'm thinking of that I'm missing? Or am I just making that up in my head and splitting a third movie out of these two? I love them both, but I was like, sick. All of these tapes were $1 too, which is very nice. I don't like paying a lot for tapes. Funny thing about this one, House of Wax. I already have a copy of this, so this is going in my like duplicates bin. Sometimes that happens. I was like, do I have House of Wax? I don't. Maybe I do. I don't know. But this one is a previewed Blockbuster version, which is pretty cool. Got the sticker and everything on the back. I believe that's Blockbuster. The previewed sticker there. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I can't remember now. I feel like I have a bunch of the DVDs and a couple of VHS with Blockbuster stickers, but I also have them from Movie Gallery, Hollywood Video, from everywhere that rented videos. I like to get weird educational tapes. Look at that guy. Little did he know he would be on YouTube one day. Look at him now. Nature series, Ocean Life. Pretty slick. Some your teacher would throw on, you know. I love picking those up. Bridgestone Multimedia presents... Well, it doesn't say presents, I'm just saying that, but The Titanic Special Edition. Now read the bottom there. Search for The Titanic, narrated by Orson Welles and James Drury. But I had to buy this because Orson Welles, like, talking about the Titanic has fucking got to be amazing, right? It's gotta be. Everybody say hello to Darwin. Darwin in the chat. Throw up them cat faces in the chat. Oh, Jesus. No bueno. Turn that booty around. Come on. Nobody wants to look at that. Silly boy. They want to look at your cute face. Then... yeah, the birdcage could be. I do have the birdcage on. And that could be it. I love the birdcage. That's not what's coming to mind, but... I do love that one. A Roy Orbison live tape. Roy Orbison, Black and White Night. Yeah. It's like the way they did that, like, just looks like gibberish. But it says it features Jackson Browne, T-Bone Burnett, Elvis Costello, Katie Lang, a bunch of other people. But I like Roy Orbison a lot, and I like having musical tapes, especially when they're cheap. Now, this is one. I've never seen this movie. It has two actors that I very much appreciate. In fact, I got two movies this week that I've never seen starring one of these actors, Bill Paxton and Mark Hamill in Slipstream. I've never seen this. I've never even heard of it. I haven't Wikipedia'd it or anything yet, but let me read the back to you. In the world of the future, when nature has turned against mankind and high winds dominate the planet, not everyone is what they appear to be. When lawman Will Tasker, Mark Hamill, and thief Matt Owens, Bill Paxton, cross paths at a local diner, it leaves the dangerous mixture of mayhem. As revenge for having his weapons confiscated, Owens steals the lawman's prisoner and looks for a safe haven. If indeed there is such a thing, Slipstream. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm like reading this like a child. Hey, Planet CHH, what's going on? Christian, I mentioned you earlier. I can't even remember what it was for. I was talking about your Fear Street video. I appreciated your opinion on that because I've seen a lot of, I'll just say, mixed opinions and negative opinions on that. I've never seen this, though. I'm going to give it a shot. Love Bill Paxton. Is this like a TV movie? It says Critic Picks. Direct source special products made in Canada, 1999. But it says the movie's from 1989. I don't know. Pretty cool, though. And the last VHS for the new pickups. Things Are Tough All Over. Cheech and Chong. It's their fourth movie. Although I will say this is one I haven't seen. Or if I have seen it, I blocked it out of my mind because... Let me just read this to you. Tommy Chong plays Prince Habib, a maniacal Arab. Let's move on to DVDs. I have got a couple. I recently did a video talking about the banned episodes of It's Always Sunny. And they're not exactly banned. I think the cast and crew, they're the writers of the show and creators. I think they have pretty much decided that they didn't want those to be up there anymore. But I'm like, fuck that. I need to own them. So I found this thrifting, $2. It's the first 2 seasons. I'm going to collect as much as I have to of that. This is a documentary I also found thrifting for $2. And I saw it when it came out in theaters. I kind of just impulse bought it. Looking at it now, I'm like, am I ever going to watch this again? Maybe. We'll see. It might be in a musical kick one day. But It Might Get Loud, which stars The Edge, Jimmy Page, and Jack White. And they basically get together and jam and talk about music. And when this came out, I really only gave a shit about Jimmy Page. I was a big Led Zeppelin fan as a kid. That's how I got good at guitar, was playing those songs. And The Edge I could care less about. That movie, that kind of makes you respect him a little bit at least, not hate him. And Jack White's cool enough, but, I don't listen to any of his new music, or go out of my way or anything. Respect the guy, but just don't care anymore, Here's one I have never seen before that I picked up again with Bill Paxton. Mortuary. But I saw the spine, and I was like, ooh, what is that? And I kind of impulse bought it because Bill Paxton was in it. And this has, what's interesting about this, it's also marketed as a Katrina's Nightmare Theater. So it has a special feature with her, like talking about the movie, kind of, like old TV hosts would and stuff. So that's fascinating. I gotta check that out. Scorpion Releasing, this is from. I can't even say I've heard of that company. ScorpionReleasing.com. Wonder if they're still putting stuff out. The last DVD for this week actually just came in today. And it is clear to me upon receiving it that it is a bootleg. However, as long as it plays, I'll be okay with that for now, considering it's a DVD. I got recommended this movie on my top 50 horror movies of all time video that I released like last week. Somebody put it on their list, and they recommended I check it out if I liked WNUF and Ghostwatch and those types of movies. And it's, forgive me if I don't even know how to pronounce it, but Noroi the Curse. Noroi? Interesting J-horror, analog horror, found footage type movie, and I'm definitely going to watch that and review it this week. I also actually have both WNUF movies and Ghostwatch coming in because I didn't previously own those, and I kind of was like, I want those. And I haven't seen WNUF 2, or I guess it's, the Out There Halloween Mega Tape, I think it's called. And I didn't get any Blu-rays this week. The only 4K for the month, though, is Bride of Chucky. So I got the Friday the 13th Scream Factory set, right? I was like, these are movies that I don't need on 4K. I can just be content with this Blu-ray set. It's a great set. It's one of the best sets that's been put out for a franchise like this. But when Nightmare on Elm Street comes out in 4K, I'm getting that. And I'm going to get the Chucky Child's Play series on 4K as well. I'm a big fan. And I started with Bride of Chucky because one of the local stores I go to, they had a lot of these, like 3 or 4 of the Child's Play movies on 4K, and they were used for like $23. So I just went ahead and pulled the trigger on the one. I'll just try to slowly collect them over time rather than blow my load financially all at once. But those were the pickups for the month of May. Now there's a couple days left. I got a couple things in the mail still, but we'll talk about those probably next week's live show. Got a Dr. Pepper Jurassic World can tonight. Dr. Pepper Zero. We're getting old. Nick B, you getting TMNT in 4K? That is a very good question. Depends on pricing. Depends on what the sets look like. Because I might be inclined to just get the first Ninja Turtles movie on 4K. You know what I mean? I'm not as big of a Ninja Turtles fan as everyone else. We grew up, we had several of the toys around. The first movie was played constantly. That VHS was worn to fucking death. It was like that, Batman 89, Top Gun, Ghostbusters, constantly cycled out. So I'm definitely at least going to get the first one if they're released separately. But if they have a nice little box set that includes the 3, I might just get it for completest sake. But I don't know, We'll see. I do have them all on Blu-ray already and VHS, so we'll just have to see. I think I'm thinking about it though. At least the first one. That first one's so good to me. Like the score in that movie is something I think that not enough people talk about, but it's like burned into my skull. Anybody else got any more questions? Drop them in the chat below. Would love to hear from you. Did this rearranging yesterday. This is like kind of a separate room from the rest of my apartment, and sort of my studio or video store room, whatever you want to call it. I kind of end up calling it both of those, but all my normal, regular, like, horror movies. So all my horror movies are in this room, like on a shelf that's out of view over here. My DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4Ks. It takes up like a whole big black bookshelf. I don't know how many there are exactly. I know I have over 1,000 DVDs and Blu-rays if you add them together. And that was last I counted like a few years ago, so probably add at least 100 to that. And the VHS are kept in here. But, like, my regular, just all the other movies that aren't horror. I'm calling them regular, but they're all out there in the living room. Sorry, I was reading chat at the same time. Oh, it disappeared. Am I blind? Oh, okay. Sam Cooper's trying to type something. Yeah, so it's I got like Scooby-Doo tapes. There's so much physical media to organize in here. Even still, like I need to reorganize this entire shelf because when I first threw everything in here, I was just trying to get it on shelves and out of boxes and didn't organize it any particular way. But since it's all horror in here, I could alphabetize it within horror, right? The house movies. Now, I take it you mean... Sorry. I take it you mean these ones? If so, I'm a fan. I haven't seen the, is it like a 70s Japanese movie called House as well? I've looked into that one, but I haven't seen it. I do like these, although I haven't seen them since I bought this and watched them back to back because I hadn't seen them. I need to give them another shot. I can hardly remember them. But this is a cool set. Other than the fact that they're kind of flipped on the same disc. I do hate that. Who put this out? Lakeshore Entertainment. Image Entertainment. RLJ. Yeah, I've had this one for probably like 7 years, so that's probably how long it's been since I've seen that one, unfortunately. Oh, we've been going for about 33 minutes. Well, we'll keep going for a little bit longer here. What else do I have going on in here? I just brought a bunch of movies back in here. Back in this room from the rest of the rooms. Like, because they kind of migrate all around and you have to reorganize every few weeks. I don't know if other people have that problem. I do. I like be dragging movies out, like a 4K to watch in the living room, and then I leave it there instead of bringing it back. Sam Cooper says, I found a sealed copy of Night Shift. And sometimes they come back. VHS tapes at my in-laws. That's pretty sick. I haven't seen Night Shift, but I think I feel like I've come across a VHS of that, and I didn't buy it for some reason. It might have been moldy or something. I did watch the other night, and I'm debating doing a review of this. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. But Disturbia. I watched this the other night. It looks like I bought it at Zia Records when I lived in Arizona for $2.99. And it is in a Blockbuster case, which is fun. Love to get our hands on those. It has that sort of, you know how the Blockbuster cases had like the filmier, more matte kind of, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Texture is different, I guess. What? Kitty Spanx. Ah! He bite. He not like Spanx. Come on. He purrs and bites at the same time. Dangerous animals. So I am running out of things to say, so we're probably going to end here in just a minute, but I think I kind of gave a good channel update. I am going to be doing the podcast, like I said, Monday nights live, and I will probably be back doing this Tuesday nights live as well. Just sort of doing whatever I feel like. The most popular Gruesome Tuesday I did was the Arnold Schwarzenegger show, but that was just because it was pushed while I was live on the algorithm, and a lot of people checked it out and then checked out. You know what I mean? I talked about every single one of his movies that night, so even the ones I hadn't seen, I was speculating on and shit. Harvest and Films. It's been a while since I've seen your name around here, pal. Hey, Alec, hope all is well. My cat is looking intently at your cats. Congrats on 4,000 subs. Thank you. He's a beautiful boy. Darwin is a handsome little kitty. Alright, I'm stop shooting you off. Come here. He's like, just give me a pet. Stop all this shenanigans. Yoshi is right there. You can't see him, but this black blob here is a cat. He's in front of a scream mask. Oh, there he is. He's moving. See? He's a cute little boy. Oh, now he's coming over. He's like, I gotta get the pets. Harvest End Films. Are you still doing TikTok? Not really. I've had so much more like actual success with YouTube. TikTok was just kind of bumming me out. I still post on there occasionally. I did download it recently again because I had like deleted it for a while because it was like taking up so much space on my phone for some reason. I just need to delete it and clear it out, I guess. But mainly just sticking to YouTube and Instagram for like updates and stuff like that. Like I post stories regularly talking about what I'm doing on this channel, but other than that, those are the two main places I'm these days. Yeah, TikTok, I don't know. It's just harder to predict. Yeah, you can have stuff go viral quicker and whatnot, but you can't convert them over to YouTube. It's if you want to make money selling, like doing sponsor stuff on TikTok, you have to be a lot more cringe. Like, you know what I mean? You can't do a video and insert 30 seconds talk about an ad. You have to just do an ad video. I'm not about that. I don't want to do all that. At least not all the time. Don't quote me on that. You might see me on TikTok next week trying to sell you something. They already got a director for Scream 8. Oh. I have mixed feelings on that. I might end up seeing this movie anyway. I'm still sour about them firing Melissa Barrera and then Jenna Ortega not coming back. A bunch of other weird stuff. I mean, I had problems with 5 and 6 too, but like, I don't know. It's one of those things that's becoming really convoluted at this point. I'm interested in seeing the next I Know What You Did Last Summer. Don't have high hopes for it, so maybe my low expectations will be met by a decent movie. Or at least what I think is decent, because my expectations are so low. Yeah, that's basically how I feel, Sam. It's just messed up. Yeah, and I'm not afraid to talk about that. I just don't have much to say about it. It's like, it's been so long at this point. I support Melissa Barrera on that side, but at the same time, how many things like this happened with old franchises that we didn't know about when people didn't come back into movies? How many people were fucked out of coming out of a movie, but we love that sequel anyway? So, things to consider, but Melissa Barrera was great in Abigail and Your Monster last year, so Scream Queen. Oh, he's playing with some cat toys down there now. why don't I just, like, show you a quick couple things in my room that you can't see before we call it for the night. I want to get these hung up sometime. I just haven't yet. Congo. I paid like $4 for each of these at like a antique mall one day. I was like, sick. I love Congo. I know people's opinions on Congo are pretty mixed. For the longest time, nobody gave a fuck about Congo, but people are coming around on it. At least for its enjoyability. The new setup looks tight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I actually just basically turned my desk around against the wall, because before I was sitting at it like when you would walk into an office and it was just taking up extra space, and looks much better this way. Plus I can still back up and use a tripod. Right now I'm just using the laptop webcam for these like live shows, because whatever. Could probably get a better webcam, but then you'd be able to see how ugly I am. Up close. Any more questions, drop them in the chat while I'm looking around the room at other things to ramble about before we call it. That's pretty much it. There will be a couple videos out this week, so keep an eye out for those. I usually drop videos around 2 p.m. on weekdays when I drop them, Central Time, and on weekends I usually drop them earlier, like 11 a.m., 12 p.m. Thank you, Harvest. I actually have, like, there's several different things going on with the lights. I can show you here. There's 2 lights on the ground over here. One's blue, one's pink, and they're pointing up. Then there's some like string light, I guess, that's connected to one of the bulbs in there, so they're the same color. That's kind of behind the VHS. And then I have a bunch of these like circular, they're almost like those old tap lights you used to have in the 90s, but they change colors. Those are behind the tapes as well. So I got multiple things going back there. And then I just have one little white panel light behind the laptop here to light me. And it looks considerably better, I think, than most of my live streams usually do. The background's a little... It's pretty sick. Right now the lights are set on blue and pink, but I can... At least these ones I can mess with right here, just with my remote. There we go, back to pink. Yeah, lights are sick. I know, like, all the movie channel people have them, but it's like, that's how this shit looks. It looks cool lit up this way. It's good. It works. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, everybody. Thanks for chatting if you did, asking questions, subscribing, all of those things. We will be back next Tuesday. I don't know what the topic will be. Who knows? Might do like talk about some of the analog horror movies I've been watching the last week. I might do another video on an actor. Might be the Nicolas Cage show. You never know. But until next time. I was thinking, how do I end this? Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. You know, Truman Show. All right. See you guys later. Thanks for stopping by.